There are many things Isaac did in relation to Esau that I question. What kind of father needs food before he can bless his son? What kind of a father is that? You know, the blessing that Isaac needed to place upon Esau was Esau's right as a son. Demanding for venison, for a special kind of meal, before he can activate his blessing, which I know has been blown out of proportion, because I'm a father. I take care of my son or my daughters or my children, and it's not based upon my blessing them. It's not a function of the food they bring. It's a responsibility, because there are many other things that connects with that makes you see the aberration. Let me talk a little bit about that. For instance, when Esau eventually came before his father Isaac, you know, his father could not exactly recognize the voice of his son. And that's very telling. Every father should know the voice of his son. Does it speak of the lack of proximity, the lack of intimacy, the lack of fellowship, togetherness, the lack of bonding that was already present? Because the inability to recognize the voice of his son was proof that he didn't exactly know this young man. Of course he doubted. Of course at the time he wasn't very certain. So again, it speaks about the level of carelessness of an Isaac. Isaac understanding the enormity of what he was about to bestow, and doubting that can this really be Isaac or Jacob? After doing the feelings, touched the hands, and the hand was hairy. He said, this is the hands of Esau, but the voice of Jacob. Still went ahead and carelessly released the blessing. To my mind, it speaks of a father who was not in touch with the importance of the event that was happening. But let me take it a little bit further. Here is a question I want to ask. Where was Isaac when his son degenerated to the level of despising his birthright? Now, I understand as a pastor, I understand as a father, that sometimes you can do all you can and children still wander. But again, in the midst of that, there are values. For the child to despise the birthright is different from a child misbehaving. Because as a Jew, as an Israelite, as somebody from the patriarchal line, they understood, having heard from Isaac their father, the blessing of Abraham upon them as compared to Ishmael. They understood the importance of what was at stake. Or, even if they didn't understand it, it also meant a failure on the part of Isaac, because it was the responsibility of Isaac, who was a beneficiary of the blessing of Abraham, to have let his sons know, his two sons know, that the blessing is something you wait out for. So understanding all of that and his son despising it, to me tells a lot that his son never had the opportunity to appreciate the importance of the blessing that the father was trying to put upon him. Then of course, you remember in that account, his wife Rebekah actually conspired with his second son to deceive their father, as it were. I know theologians have all kinds of explanation, by saying that it was because Rebekah understood that the blessing, but it's a different thing when a wife, when a mother is conspiring with a son to despise their father, or better still, to deceive their father. To my mind, it speaks volume of the level of spiritual trust, the level of moral trust they could repose on Isaac as a father. Because to my mind, where a father has been everything he needs to be, it may not be, of course, I'm not asking for perfect fathering, I'm not asking for a perfect man, but I'm saying that when your son is doing everything to deceive you, your wife is conspiring, I guess it speaks volume of the extent to which they respect you, at the level at which they have placed you. So you want to ask yourself, why would everybody in the family come together to want to deny Isaac of his intention to cause the birthright to rest upon his first son?